Hello. Are we ready for another flip through? Okay, let's do it. Always the first page is random. Okay, this one starts out New Year's Eve. And this day we took the boys to the Flight Museum of Flight, with some of our friends. Got Burgermaster onion rings. New Year's Day. This is 2016, a few years ago. I was pregnant with our youngest and looking that way. I like to put these little pockets in every once in a while. Just these little add-ins. This wasn't a page in the original journal. I just stick it in. Bought this at Goodwill for $9. Painted it for the baby's nursery. This is a time when the boys were really into their Play-Doh, and we're always into our Seahawks. 20-week scan. Seinfeld. Who doesn't love Seinfeld? Just some mixed media girls. I was trying out some brush pens, which are actual like watercolor markers, but this I just used as, I just laid them down just like that. I didn't add any water to it, but they were kind of translucent, pretty. Some magazine cutouts. Just finding different ways to document it all and journaling it out. And I do like to add in pictures of just like random things that we're reading that I'm into. We read this book every day for so long. And I added in a few like favorite places to read. The Pomp, my little Pompazon chair, the Nook, white rocking chair, lap. That's what they used to say, lap. Thing that they colored. This is an interview I did with Dan. Part magazine paper, part scrapbook paper, and then I just did a girl over it, which I'll do a tutorial on how I do these little mixed media girls. I want to tell you that when they say that the hike is 1.5 miles and you're pregnant with almost 2-year-old twins and you see that the hike is all the way downhill, don't do it. Because you have to come back up the hill. And you can't just leave that on the side of the road. Everyone lives to lay on a pregnant belly. So my parents took the kids this weekend, I remember, and we got to go see a movie at the Clyde. I stuck in a little movie ticket. I painted this mixed media painting of the two boys for their room. Of course we had chicken and gravy. Stuck in their little Valentine's Day, some magazine cutouts, something I was crafting, which I still have. I love that. You put napkins and Mod Podge them on wood and then sand them. Turns out so cute. More journaling. I think a lot was going through my mind. So there's a lot of writing on these pages. Went over to my sister's house and played with her chickens. You know, we had chickens growing up, and this is when I decided that we were going to get some chickens for our house too. Smoothies in the car, that was a thing for a while. This is that Rifle Paper Company. This is actually wrapping paper that someone gave me as a gift that I cut up and put in here because it was so pretty. This was a tag from something I got for Finn's nursery. Friends came over for Valentine's Day. They have twins too, twin girls. I do love that I included pictures of like just random like decorations on my mantle because it is nice to look back through the years and just remember little things that were in your house, little details. This is the day that we kind of completed the nursery, hung his little mobile that I made for him. I got this mustard milk paint, painted the rocking chair. This was the dresser that I got at Goodwill. We painted that. It turned out so sweet. Just a little day at the park. And this is what, it was a big thing during this time of my life. Fried chicken, biscuits, and mashed potatoes. My point in showing you these flip throughs is really just to show you that you should be taking like, not just pictures, but just writing down little details that you think in the moment you're not going to want to remember, but I swear to you, it's so fun to look back. You know, these little mornings when they would just go out in their pajamas into the flowers. I just love that. Day that Grandma came, just a random day that Grandma came to visit. And these pictures bring you right back to it. This was a, just, I don't know, quote I got on Pinterest, and I glued it down and then I painted over it to kind of blend it in. Taters, he was practicing his T's, so I gave him this whole page to practice on. That was his first T that he ever did. He was almost 2. T for Tate, he says. Anyone who's ever been pregnant knows this. This is an elbow or a tush or a knee stretching out your belly as far as it can get. This is actually, let's look at this, our first trip to Double Bluff Beach. And now, I mean, we've probably been there 7 million times since then. But this is our first time there. That's so sweet. This was our baby mama baby shower. Where we basically dressed up as white trash as we could possibly do. And loved every second of it. Oh, Muscle Fest. Good old Muscle Fest. We've gone every year since. In our little town, north of here, actually. We eat a lot of mussels and sourdough bread. So good. St. Patrick's Day. More washi tape borders. I do that a lot. Stamps. I deemed this the chowder belly. Ultrasound, there's Finnegan's little face, which of course we didn't know it was going to be Finnegan then. We didn't know if it was a boy or a girl. A Hard Knock, looks like. Do you remember when Fuller House came out? And our neighbors had a baby lamb that I can't remember the story. I think its mom rejected it or something, so it had to come and live with them inside. The boys loved it. Tulip. Easter. Things are getting real big. Washi tape. Our dog Dudley. Painted some flowers coming up. This is making me miss spring. The Tulip Festival. You know, you just really shouldn't go to the Tulip Festival when you're really, really pregnant with toddlers. It's a sweaty, sweaty situation. If you like sweaty upper lips, then you should do it. This is Mariners opening day. Writing down all the things that I love about baseball. Fresh cut grass, the sound of a good hit, popcorn, jelly beans. That's what I used to get when I went with my dad to games. This is when we went with our friends to a Taste of Seattle, which I thought was going to be getting a ton of food, and I was really excited. It ended up being it was just wine, which normally would really excite me. Not when you're 37 weeks pregnant. All right, this was on the way to have the baby. This is the last picture I took of the bump in the bathroom at the hospital. Until next time. Oh, Pickles Deli. Yum.